Okay, so I'm actually super excited about this story because this kid, I think he should be nominated for an Academy Award or an Oscar. I'm not sure. Okay, so 18-year-old Malachi A. Love Robinson has pretending, and he created his own practice in West Palm Beach, and he lists himself as a doctor of holistic therapies and all of these other different things, and he has been seeing patients at his fake practice, and finally got caught for it after, I believe it's about a year. I'll look into it and make sure. But so Malachi has been pretending to be a doctor, and no one realized he's 18 years old. He barely graduated from college and has these online kind of certifications for holistic, any sort of doctorates, which don't really acute to anything else.
So I have a couple things on this. Number one, I do believe I have a holistic doctor. No, I do. He's great.
Really?
Yeah, he's awesome.
What does he help you with, though? Explain that.
He's like a holistic doctor. He does a lot of different.
Does he give you tea to drink? I have no understanding.
No, well, he does he does hydrocolonics.
Okay.
He does the feet soaking things.
Okay. So pulling toxins out of the body.
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
He also he has really good health tips. If he cabbage water can save you. You can gain 10 years in your life by drinking cabbage water.
This sounds like my best friend Christina's mother, who's a Colombian woman. That whenever I come into her house, she's like, Tamara, you need to eat. You need to do all of this stuff.
Yeah, or putting cayenne pepper under your tongue. They have all these remedies. But the name of his clinic, this particular Dr. Malachi, should throw you off immediately. When the name of your clinic is New Birth, New Life Medical Center and Urgent Care, that sounds like a church and an emergency room had an accident and formed Dr. Malachi's practices.
It's in West Palm Beach, so it's hard to assume anything.
I wonder if he was was he there's parts of the story that are missing for me. Obviously he wasn't prescribing drugs.
No, he wasn't. But he was, okay, so the way they found out about this is they had an undercover police officer go into the urgent care office and have the doctor address some of his things to see if he was actually practicing. And so he did practice medicine and told the officer what he should be doing, but he didn't actually prescribe him anything. So
he told the doctor, you have some issues.
Yeah, he was telling him.
The police officer,
yes.
you have high blood pressure according to my numbers and my data, and boom, 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 boom. But here's the real thing, and you think about it, but how do you ever? My mom is a nurse. For folks who don't know, I think I've talked about the show before, right? And she always tells me when you go to the emergency room, make sure you check everybody's ID because you never know who's walking into your room.
Yeah, no, that's another thing. Malachi has actually done this kind of situation before. So what his story was that he was shadowing someone in the gynecologist's office or an OBGYN, and the doctor he was shadowing found him in a white coat and with a stethoscope around his neck while he was examining a woman in the doctor's office, and shut that down.
Pauline rule to live by. This is my mother. When you walk into, no matter where you go, right? Ask people for their credentials. Case in point, a lot of times when you go to the ER or when you go to your doctor's office, you'll see somebody come in and they'll have needle. First of all, if they're drawing up medicine, they should be drawing up the medicine in front of you.
Yeah.
Right? And you have the right to ask, what are you drawing up and putting in my body? Right?
And honestly, I feel like doctors appreciate that. They want you to be aware of what's going on with yourself because that means you actually care and you're not just disregarding everything they have to say.
Exactly. Know who's drawing it up. So if you are in the ER and somebody walks into your room and their ID is turned backwards, ask them, can you please turn your ID around? And then have them draw the medication. Here's why. Because, for example, a nurse's assistant cannot give you first-line drugs. Mm-hmm. Or a nurse's assistant shouldn't inject you with anything. Here's why. Because when they inject you with something, say, for example, you pass out dead. Right?
Then what are they going to do?
They can't do anything. They cannot deliver. They don't have the license to deliver first line epinephrine or lidocaine or anything to bring you back. They can't even shock you back. Some EMTs have the certification. CNAs do not. An LPN does not. but a registered nurse can shock you back, or MD can shock you back. So you've got to know. When I go to the ER, people think I'm JCO, which is like they think I'm the state inspector. No, they really believe that I'm the state inspector when I go to hospitals, because I start asking all these crazy questions. What are you injecting in my thing? Who the hell are you? How'd you get here? You got to know people.